But now we move on to the power rankings for the week, and I will put them on the screen. We will start in the bottom five. EJs, whenever you are here, we will still give you the lead first. Who are your bottom five this week?
All right, for my bottom five, 28, 32, 28, I have the Bengals, 29, the Panthers, 30, the Jets, 31, the Saints, and 32, the Tennessee Titans.
There you go. I do have Mike's. He has the Dolphins at 28, Browns at 29, Titans at 30, Jets at 31, and the Saints at 32. Sean?
Well, I am glad to see that my Browns at 28. I almost had Baltimore there. So it's good to see somebody jump that. I just thought that since they beat the Browns, I had to put the Browns here. But I give me the Browns, and then 29, I got the Dolphins. You can win the games now, but now you're down a player, and you still stink.
Sorry, Devin.
You've delayed a lot of the inevitable. So yeah, enjoy this one while you got it. Then I put the team they just stomped into the ground, the Jets, who I think are trending lower. I feel like EJ might be onto a little something. I think the Saints may run. Yeah, the goddamn Jets might. The Saints are going to start to rise here a little bit. I think they're building some steam. So I think you can see Titans, Jets fending things off down here at the bottom. But I got the Titans at 31, the Saints at 32.
Yeah, I have the Ravens at 28, Panthers 29, Jets at 30, Saints 31, Titans 32. Here's the funniest thing about the Jets, and I'm not saying they don't deserve to be one of the bottom five teams in the NFL. They have lost by 6 points, 2 points, the 20-point loss to the Bills, and then 2 points to the Steelers. Like they've been. I'm not going to do the EJ thing where I say they're like a couple of plays from being 3-1, but like they're 0-4, but like they feel like they're close again. They obviously have a new coach, new quarterback. There's a lot of new pieces, a lot of new moving parts. Like I think that if the management doesn't panic on the Aaron Glenn coaching regime there, I think in the long runs, I think the Jets, I'm not saying Super Bowl.
Well, he's going to have to because he's not going to get help from that management. We've learned that historically.
Right. But
that management is going to do their best to screw him.
I think that locker room loves him, though. You can tell they respect him.
Yeah, I think so, too. And I mean, you're seeing frustration from the guy because I think you saw Gardner a little frustrated yesterday because I think it's more that, like, he's not getting calls that other players in the league will. It's not frustration with the coaching staff. Like, I think the players like him. So if they give it time, I think the Jets will become a better team. Like, because they're close. They're close to getting wins.
Well, for the first time in years, like the guys on the Jets that are pointing fingers are pointing them away from the organization. Like they're pointing them at officials or at other teams or at rules or at it's not my coach or my quarterback or my owner or my paycheck, whatever. It's they all seem pretty content to be a Jet, which is strange.
Yeah, it's not Adam Gase doing the million-yard stare into the camera. It's not Aaron Rodgers.
I forgot that guy existed.
Like I think that organizationally they're a lot more solid, but you got to put them there. And I put the Ravens there again. Are they actually one of the 5 worst teams in football? No, but optically, it really kind of looks crappy in Baltimore.
But if I walked in and was like, I just came back from the future. I came back from week 15. The Jets are still winless. Like it's not like you'd be like, that's impossible.
Right.
I'm a little surprised no one put the Bengals here other than me. Because the Bengals they have shit the fucking bed.
They look bad. They look real bad. They were one of the candidates to be there. I mean, I got to put the winless teams there. The Titans are sinking, right? The truth be told, I think when you look past like necessarily the next 6 games, the next 12 games, I still like what the Titans have there. The wheels aren't moving. Like we're trying to figure it out. Calvin Ridley sucks. We were trying to figure a lot of things out there.
Cam Ward, like he said, we asked.
Yeah,
he's right.
I mean,
dude.
By the way, props to Cam Ward for like coming out and just like, as the young kid, the guy that's like, you know what? If I'm gonna be a leader here, I'm just gonna say what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like we stink. Like we are not good.
Like I probably
And-
should
and
have had
good
that
for him.
soundbite on the board because it's a
Right,
great sound.
but
We
the thing is,
asked.
Jim, the thing is though, we kind of knew this coming to the year though. Like we knew with the Titans that the goal here was let's see how Cam Ward develops. That's the number one thing. When
And the Seahawks 9.
I had said when the year started, like the two worst teams in football are going to be the Titans and the Saints, and it's playing out that way. The priority here is development. That's it. And I think bigger picture to be fine. I've been okay with Cam Ward so far. I mean, he has no help, but the little I've seen of what he's done, it's been okay. You know, but it's a bad situation now. It will get better. It will get better. I think he's done for what he's been thrown at so far. He's done okay.
Yeah. Look, we knew the Titans were going to be there. Here's the deal. For me, I don't think the Bengals are that far off. And if you come out and get your doors blown off again this week against Detroit, and by all accounts, you probably will.
Not gonna happen.
You're probably going to find your way in here. The reason I put the Ravens at 28, and not the Bengals or not somebody else is, this past week felt like somebody was going to have a get right situation with two good teams that are in bad spots, and Baltimore looked bad. They're bad defensively. There's no other way to talk about that. They're bad defensively.
Well, I think we can all get behind that after that first game of the season where everybody's like, look at these offenses and look at these quarterbacks. I think that scoring affair had as much to do with like, look at these two sieves they got to run through.
Well,
right?
Yeah. The Ravens are bad defensively. They now have injuries on key spots. Not even Lamar Jackson. They have trench guys on both sides of the ball that are hurt.
Yep.
And Lamar Jackson has a hamstring, which if we know anything about football players and hamstrings, they're always short-term injuries that never linger, right?
Question for you guys: If it starts, the trouble with the hamstring is if it starts lingering,
yeah,
it's hard to really call it and be like, well, now it's going to be too much. It's always then day to day. It's just this long. But like if it looks like it's going to be longer than 2, and let's say the Ravens go 1-1 in those games,
yeah.
Are the Ravens a candidate to get on the horn with the Atlanta Falcons and ask for Kirk Cousins?
I would say possible.
Because I think like we talked about it with the Browns or the Bengals, and we're talking about how their offensive line's not good enough. I think the Ravens might have a good enough one to keep him upright more than he's down, and they have enough weapons in the type of receivers he likes. They got some good tight ends. I feel like
are you also making a call for the Giants and either Jameis or Russell Wilson?
Probably Russ.
Jameis would be fun. Get Jameis somewhere.
If anything, Russ, because with Russ,
I think Jameis should be a Cincinnati Bengal.
Also, I think so too. I agree with you.
And if he becomes a Cincinnati Bengal, everyone with Jamar Chase is going to win their fantasy.
Jameis Winston in a city that's famous for crabs. The story writes itself, folks.
The problem with the Bengals though is that even if he goes to Cincinnati, it's bigger than Browning. The line sucks. The defense sucks.
And I see Dan's point.
Yeah, there's time here. 6 starters out on D by the end of the last game. Yeah, I think so. Something
pretty cool. Yeah, 6-ish. Yeah, it's a lot.
But that's why I have the Ravens in there. Like I said, the Bengals go out and do what we think they're probably going to end up doing this week. Then they will very likely be in the bottom 5. But let's move out of the bottom 5. Let's go to the top 10. EJ, who's your top 10 this week?
All right, top 10 for me. 10-1. Number 10, the Jaguars. Number 9, the Colts. 8, the Packers. 7, the Chiefs are back. 6, the Buccaneers. 5, Chargers. 4, Rams. 3, Bills. 2, Lions, and number 1, the Eagles.
All right, we'll talk about them then. Mike has Steelers 10, Seahawks 9, Rams 8, Colts 7, Packers 6, Bucks 5, Chargers 4, Lions 3, Eagles 2, and Bills at number 1.
Screw you, Mike.
Well, I gotta. Where's the?
No respect for the champs.
There it is. Here we go.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, what he said. I thought he had the Eagles ahead of. I don't even remember what he had last week.
He had the Bills at 1 last week. To be fair,
all right. Guess beating an undefeated.
Eking out a win against the.
I guess winning against an undefeated team and beating the worst team in football. Are
yeah,
and
go ahead.
Anyway, I stuck the Jaguars in here too. I really hate that EJ did that because that means I'm wrong.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. But no, I like what they, like I said, I had them as my win of the week. May as well throw them in here. I have the Steelers here reluctantly. I think that they're one of the most sheepish 3-1s that I've ever seen. Looks great at times, but like big plays by Metcalf or like long chunk gains by Kenny Gainwell, which by the way, good for Kenny Gainwell getting some plays.
Good on me for
Former
starting
Eagle.
my fantasy league.
Super
Former
Bowl
Eagle.
champion Kenny Gainwell.
That's right.
Yeah, and then I got my Chargers in here. I feel like everything from like 9 to 4. I really don't know what order I wanted to put them in. So any of these could have been in any order. I secretly like the Colts more than 6, but that is what it is. So I got the Chargers at 8. I got the Seahawks at 7, who I love right now. Absolutely love everything that's going on in Seattle. I got the Colts at 6. I got the Buccaneers hanging in at 5 after a close loss. Rams hanging in at 4. Then I have the Lions, who are just sitting there waiting to get to 2 or 1. All they need is someone to lose, and they're going to jump them. The Lions are red hot. They're going to stay hot. Then I got the Bills and the Eagles, of course, are 2 unbeatens up at the top.
The Seahawks at 7.
Super Bowl
I like
champs. Jalen Hurts hasn't lost a game in like 370 days that he's played the whole way through. So let's just keep betting on Jalen. As a number 1, why not? Just keep doing it.
Bro, not one completed pass in the second half on Sunday.
Yeah, but he only threw 8, which, by the way, is a tear. If you're only throwing 8 passes through the course of 2 quarters, like you're not going to gain any kind of rhythm, and AJ Brown's going to get pissed off, and like they got to fucking figure it out, man.
He's
like,
a whiny bitch, bro. I'm sorry. He's a whiny bitch. I'm sorry.
I'll give it to him though. He's like
bro.
a subtle whiny bitch. Like he's just kind of like, fine, I'll just shut down then. You don't need. He's like just let me know when it's my turn. I don't feel like he plays like it.
I'd as a AJ Brown fantasy owner, I'd like to know when it's his
I
turn.
have him in the league too. Yeah, I finally have him on my team, and he's just shitting himself. I feel like I should just trade him so that he lights on fire. I feel like that's what I need to do.
Yes, please.
I finally have Saquon. I finally have AJ Brown.
Please trade him so when I keep him, it works out for me.
It's just I gotta figure out if I
would
gotta just
appreciate
unload all the Eagles, but they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be just fine.
All right, my top 10. I also snuck the Jags in at 10. Seahawks 9. Bucks fell to 8. Colts 7. Packers 6. Rams 5. My Chargers at 4. Bills at 3. Lions 2, and the Eagles are at 1. So anybody want to talk about anything specifically first?
I'd like to talk about the fact that you 3 still have the Green Bay Packers in your top 10. And as far as I'm concerned, they are hot garbage.
I will defend one thing about the Packers. To me, they're there because of the bigger picture. Okay, I do think
they're there because I always believe in them.
Right. But look, they're like garbage last 2 weeks. You're right. One question: lose to Cleveland, then you tie the fucking Cowboys without.
I don't think Jordan Love looks good. I mean, the offense looked good at times in the last game, but against Dallas, everyone's gonna. Bryce Young will light the world on fire.
They lost because their defense was shit. Not because of your offense. The offense was fine on Sunday. Their defense was shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's
let's have a little bit of respect for what the Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott
I will say this.
Feeling so far this year.
I think I texted you guys or I messaged you guys during the game, and I said I was learning 3 things, and one of those was that George Pickens might actually be as good as he thinks he is. He's getting a chance to be the number 1 here, and he's getting the chance to do it with a quarterback better than he saw in his whole career.
Right.
And he's using it.
Sean, no one ever questioned his talent. No one ever, bro. We sat on his panels for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah,
the guy's very talented. It's the attitude, bro.
Well, he's not going to have that attitude as long as he's the number 1 and Dak keeps feeding him gems.
And he wants to get paid. He's due a contract next year, so he better shut the fuck up and play well in Dallas.
Well, and he needs to shut up now because that CD injury is the best thing that could have happened to him. If he
You're damn right. You're damn right it is from. Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's going to be the highlight reel now.
And look, EJ, you've seen me do it on this show more than Sean has. I've been as critical about Dak Prescott as anybody. For not living up to a contract number, for regularly failing in big spots. In a year where the Cowboys offense has to be good if you want any chance of winning any game, Take away the Bears week. I don't know what happened that week, but Dak Prescott has been brilliant over the first month of this season.
Oh, wow, question.
He has looked every bit of that $60 million contract. And here's the deal. The Dallas Cowboys are sitting at 1-2-1. Their offense, by the numbers, number one in the league.
I don't know that I'm sold on Javonte Williams yet. I feel like I'm.
He looks good. I'm not. I mean,
he's decent. He's decent.
But their defense, by the numbers, 32nd in the league. So,
bro,
real bad.
Jim, on my
Real bad.
podcast this week, I said on my podcast this week that if it wasn't for their mid win-loss record, Dak is in the MVP conversation.
Well, and I mean, obviously the schedule doesn't get easier for Dallas, but if they're in any sort of a playoff hunt, if they make the playoffs, and Dak obviously would, in that scenario, probably have to stay healthy, I think there'd be an argument dragging that defense to the postseason might make you the MVP. But
listen, as long as you guys win 9 games this year, and I get $100 for my buddy Mario.
BJ, you want to talk about the Chiefs at 7?
Another home run? Fucking hey, dude.
No, the Chiefs at 7 is not a home run.
Yeah, that is
no,
not.
back to back. The Dodgers game, back to back.
Yeah, I know. Dodgers are just teeing off right now. But okay,
sorry.
You didn't have them ranked last week
At all.
Chiefs.
The
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
You did have the Ravens at 7.
Yeah.
But man, here's the deal. If you would have put them at 10,
That's
If
what
you
I
would've-
would. That was my big thing.
you
'cause
would've
I
put-
think
yeah.
I probably have the Chiefs somewhere north of 15.
yeah.
Like I feel like at 2-2 and sitting there with a little bit of hope. If you'd have been like, if you just said it, just had a whim, be like, hey, watch out for the Chiefs. I got them sitting at number 11. I'd have been like, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. 7 feels. Now, given
So-
they're right above a team that I feel like doesn't belong
Yeah,
there. So
and you know me, I'm the Chiefs
your
homer of
7-8
this
is
panel.
trash.
I'm the big Kelsey Swift homer of this panel. I get it. To me, it was 2 things. It was not just the fact they beat Baltimore; it was the way to beat Baltimore. That style points played a large part in that. And let's be real,
Take
they
out all
are
the starters.
they are getting guys back in the next couple weeks. They're getting Rice is back next 2 weeks. They got the other kid. Did he play this week? The other one.
Xavier
the
did
receiver?
not play.
No, the other receiver.
Xavier,
Rasheed Rice?
No, not Rasheed Rice. The other one.
Xavier
fucking-
Worthy. He did not
Worthy.
play.
Yeah, he did not play. But okay, he should be back soon. So I'm
But
to
we
me,
had a
it's more-
Hollywood Brown sighting. We did have that.
right. And look, the Chiefs when they still had Patrick Mahomes, dude. You know that's what I'm saying. Like you can't take this team out. And again, the AFC is. We said earlier on this podcast, the AFC is dreadful. So just like that, the Chiefs.
Well, and that's why I had him
the
on
Chiefs
like,
are back in the
watch.
conversation again.
That's
Just like
why
that.
I had him on watch. But being in the conversation and being the 7th best team in football are 2 very different things.
I would probably
like-
take Case. I would take KC over Green Bay, the Colts, and Jaguars right now head to head right now. They played this week. Well, Jaguars we'll find on Monday night. They play
Right.
Jaguars, but I think they're better than those teams right now currently.
Dan says, are they getting the refs back? Well, they never left.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
They're
They're hanging
still
around.
there. They're
I
still
did,
there.
like-
They're just in hiding.
Again, for me, if you would have put them at 10, I wouldn't even have flinched at it.
They have to start executing plays to get those calls.
Well,
and
you
they
know,
hadn't been doing that yet.
You know, Jim, the Chiefs
beating
guy
2
here. Come
bad
on.
teams, beating 2 bad teams does not make you the 7th best team in.
I mean, that bad team beat your team that's number 4. So I mean, again, we're playing that game. You know,
Okay,
We're
the
not doing
Chargers,
college football
just
math in
saying.
the NFL.
I
Stop.
understand though, but I mean, we'll apply that same logic. Look,
right, but that bad team that beat the Chargers, that was also a West Coast team playing at 1:00 Eastern time.
Here come the excuses.
Historically, I think they have 40% winning percentage over the last 20 years.
I
That's
don't
also
give a
that's
fuck,
also a
Jim.
new-
They're playing the fucking Giants.
That's
What are we
that's
doing
also,
here?
but no. Here's the deal, though.
The Chargers played a different Giants team than the Chiefs did.
Yeah, if we're playing that game, the Chiefs played the hapless, crusty Russell Wilson
Crustal
Giants.
Wilson.
The Chargers were at least playing a guy you had 0 tape on,
Never
a
saw.
guy who's moving the ball differently, who's doing things differently. You have Scatterbo getting.
Can I just say I
getting-
like
Hold that
Jackson
thought.
Dart
My
and
wife's
Scatterbo.
calling me. Go ahead.
Can I
All
just
right,
say
back.
that?
Keep talking.
More-
My wife's calling me.
but more acclimated into that offense. I love how he texts his wife and tells her, "Please call me so I don't have to defend my bad takes on this show." Again, if it was just at number 10, I would have no problem with it. Dan chimes in here. More toilets than touchdowns, Russell Wilson. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, Sean, I don't. And again, I think you put them there reluctantly. The Steelers at 9.
I don't like it.
I maybe even thought about them at 10, but the fact they tried.
I think I had them there because it's like if I have the Ravens chiming in at like 27, like, and I have the Browns at 28, and I know the Bengals aren't going to do anything unless they trade for a quarterback. I'm like, I may as well get them on my top 10 list now because they're going to win the North if that all happens. So I got to stop. I want them to blow it. I predicted them to have a losing record, so I hope they blow it.
And here's the thing: even if they don't,
and Aaron Rodgers might break, and then that's fine.
Well, and here's the thing: even if they don't do it in the regular season, because if the Ravens are as bad as they look, and the Browns are the Browns, and the Bengals are just going to stink, the Steelers may win that division by default. But then you have to go into a postseason against teams that actually have a pulse. And I just don't see Aaron Rodgers having the gas to get through 17 games plus a postseason.
Oh man, that Chiefs Jaguars game's a Monday night game. That's fun.
It's probably more fun than this past week's Monday night games, but
in the Florida Heat.
In the Florida Heat. But yeah, looking at Mike stayed consistent with his teams on the top.
In there, I think his Rams are a little low for me. I just, he's not here to defend himself, but
now I will say that he didn't have the Rams in his top 10 last week. So,
that's right, because I remember questioning that too.
You beat the number 5 team, you jump up in, so you move up a minimum of 3 or 4 spots. That gets you in the conversation.
I was just trying to figure out who EJ has out for the Chiefs. Is it the Seahawks? He doesn't have the Seahawks.
Doesn't have the Seahawks in. Yeah,
I think the Chiefs are playing better football.
Yeah, I don't. I would not agree with. That I would not agree with.
I mean, I wanted the Seahawks higher on my list than I have them. Like, I wanted them somewhere around 5 is where I wanted them. But I felt like somehow the Buccaneers are still like they haven't been. They've been fine. Like the Buccaneers will fall farther, but for now we'll hold. And the Colts, I like. I think the Colts and Seahawks are going to be my 2 little like fun. Let's ride this train kind of teams, and always try to get in front of a TV while they're playing. Because I like the way that both those teams are playing football, and I think they're playing very similar football to each other.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're fun. They're gonna win games that people probably would have thought they wouldn't have, like when the season started.
Yeah. And I think if I still got the Rams winning the West, I still like the Rams to be the best team out there. But if you were going to tell me they weren't going to win the West, a lot of people are going to think it's the 40. I think the Seahawks would be the team that would challenge them. I think the Seahawks, when all the rising and the falling happens, I think the Seahawks are ahead of the 49ers. Even though my preseason prediction, I had the 49ers in. I had the Seahawks just out. I think with the injuries that have taken place and the 49ers just generally being not likable, I'd rather see the Seahawks in than the 49ers anyway.
Oh. Yeah. I have questions real quick from Mike.
Yeah,
well, hold on. So what are Steelers here? Sean, the only one had the Steelers here? No, and Mike too. So is the Mike Sean question. 3-1, not impressive though.
And that's why I said it's reluctant. I don't. While you were on the phone, James and I were having a conversation about just this exact thing.
Okay.
It's one of those where it's like I have them in. It's not by default, but I just kind of felt like I had the Ravens real low. I have the Browns real low, and we're not really sure where the Bengals fall. And I just kind of was like, I'm going to get them on my list now because if they start winning games, I'll look really smart. But
basically, they'll find their way out at some point.
I hope they just fall out and the bottom falls out. That's what I want to happen.
Well, right. But I do think that the Steelers, they have the room to
could
get
the
better.
AFC North become the worst division in football?
Isn't that crazy? Well, that's by default because of injuries too. Also, but here's the thing, though.
What an amazing thing!
Yeah, for real. But
I'm very excited for this.
But there's also room for the Steelers to get better too. Also, like, can Rodgers play better? Yeah. Can the Demons get better? Yeah. So if those things do play out in the next,
I don't think Rodgers can play better than he's playing right now.
I don't know.
I feel like you're seeing.
I actually agree. I think he's at the peak of whatever.
I mean, you think he's I think he's very aware because he's not throwing the deep stuff. He's like he's letting DK Metcalf do things on he's
right. That
long chances a game and that's it.
That 80-yard touchdown pass was a 13-yard screen that DK Metcalf
I'm less concerned about Rodgers and more concerned about the defense.
Well, the defense is giving up more points than they're supposed to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's a concern of defense. So, but yeah, I feel a little too high, and not a top 10.
No. One
Yeah.
of the best coaches of all time.
The Seahawks. Can I?
Yeah, everybody keep
real quick,
doing that.
You three all had Seahawks here. I almost pulled the trigger on that one. I almost did.
Also, just talked about them, but they're I was just talking how I'm super high on the Seahawks, and if I had my druthers, I would have bumped the Buccaneers and the Colts down and probably put the Seahawks at 5.
Can I have a hot take? Can I have a hot take, Jim?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a hot take button.
It's going to be the same take I just made. Go.
I got the button. Go ahead.
Sam Darnold might be a top 12 within quarterback league right now.
Okay, it was not my take, and I take it all back.
Oh boy! Wow, you just keep doing
Bro,
The
this.
funniest thing would have
Sam
been
Darnold-
if you'd
Sam
have planned
Darnold,
me.
Sam Darnold is the new Kirk Cousins, dude.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Can
my-
you just hit the boom, 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 boom? Like, I feel like that would have been super.
Bro, I
That
hate
was
to
a
say
heck
it,
of an
dude.
effort.
I hate to say it though, bro. Sam, look, we
You
have
should
we
hate
have
to say it.
We
That's
have
your
the whole
brain telling you
we
this
ha-
is a terrible
We have
idea.
the Minnesota year of a sample. We have the
Okay,
first 4
the hell
games
was
here.
that?
Is he going to win you a playoff game and whatever? No. Can he get you to the playoffs with a decent team around him? Yes. And it seems like where Seattle's going right now, that could happen. San Fran is not right now. I might take Seattle over San
He
Francisco.
not only rambled, but he
Even
rumbled
though-
and stumbled.
Even though San Fran beat him week 1, I do think
Easy
that
Lou
Seattle
Holtz.
might be better than San Francisco right now. So if Seattle's in the playoffs by the end of the year, I'm not surprised.
Bring the head comb, but
Hey, fuck you.
Man,
I'm just saying Seattle, bro. They're
look,
the
I'll
biggest
give you,
wild card in
I'll give you
NFC.
the self-awareness that you knew it was a hot take. I didn't
It's a
think
hot
it was
take.
going to be that hot,
Bro,
but
he's-
I mean, that
look,
thing's on fire, man. Like, and by on fire, I mean it's burning to the ground. Like, what are you doing?
there are
No
many
one
teams-
asked you to do that.
buddy, 0.
There are many teams right now that can use a Sam Darnold. right now.
Well, yeah, because
Just
that
saying.
quarterback that's better than Sam Darnold is dead. That's
If
the
I'm
team
Cincinnati-
that could use.
If
Sam
I'm
Darnold.
Cincy right now, well, actually,
And I
it's a bad
hope you're
take.
right because I traded Joe Burrow in a dynasty league in a deal to get Bijan Robinson, and part of that return was Sam Darnold. So if Sam Darnold ends up a top 12 quarterback over the next even 2 years, and Burrow's hurt for half of that, I look like a freaking genius. So I will allow that to happen.
I would love for you to actually write out the 11 quarterbacks that are better than Darnold and like the 3 quarterbacks just behind. I'd love to see you actually
See
put
where he falls.
Take out Burrow. He's out for 3 months rather. Take out Burrow.
Oh, you're saying a top 12 quarterback with half the quarterbacks out.
Let me go my list real quick though. Well, yeah, you have to include that. I'm gonna
Don't do
include
the
that.
list now.
I'm
You're
not
gonna
doing
have
the
to-
blind-
I'm
I'm not doing the
not
blind
I'm
list.
not going to do it right now. I'm just saying I would like to see you actually
We'd like by next week.
send it to our chat.
Send it in our chat.
Right
But
now,
I wanna
would-
know-
No.
That'd be like saying like,
I
hey,
can sell this, but Jim, I can sell this right now. I have my list. I have.
We don't have that kind of time, EJ.
Vanderbilt's
No,
the
it's
number
easy.
1 team in the country if you take away the 15 best
So-
teams in the country.
My top 10 guys. Right now, look at my top 10. There are 2 guys that like I'll take out the list right now that were there before. Burrow's out right now because of injury, and CJ Stroud's gone.
Well, I mean, you also had CJ Stroud too high, but
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So there's
I
space
tried
for.
to tell you about that before.
Dan's literally dying right now.
I said 12, right? I said
All he
12,
could
right?
muster was an LOL.
I did say
That's it.
12, right? I said top 12, right?
You did.
Okay.
Again, do the homework.
Number 12. Number 12 then.
Do the homework. Give us your top 15. Write
This
them out.
year.
Send them
Based on
into,
this year, right? Okay.
you said right now. Make the list. Send it to our chat. We can discuss it there.
Hold on.
Maybe we'll talk about
hold
it.
on.
Here's
He's the host, EJ.
No. I'm asking a question though. Are we talking about this on the show next week, or just doing that on a side thing? On
I'll decide, but maybe we
Let's
can
do a
maybe
side
we
thing.
can
No,
put it in.
because
I think
if
that's a good idea.
if he shits the bet against Tampa Bay this week, then I don't I can't defend it. You know what I'm saying?
You have to send us the list before week 5 starts.
Oh,
You got to
said
send
right-
us that list this coming week.
You said right now. You said
gonna
right
go-
now.
and I'm
right
going
now,
based
he's a
on-
top 12.
I'm going based on this year and pretty much last year too, also. So
Your words were Sam Darnold is right now the 12th best quarterback in the
12th
NFL.
best. It's
I gotta prove-
possible.
I gotta
Now,
prove
if
it.
you make your list and you're like, sorry, I was wrong, he's 13, I'll allow you to do that.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's
Bet.
that plus
Bet.
minus of one
But
there.
you can't be
margin.
like, okay, I was wrong. He's actually 21.
right. Like make the list, give us the top 15, and I want to see where you put
I want to
Saban.
see where he's at.
Working it right now.
I think it's a good play, and we can talk about it later. But I think it's going to come down to like my 8th graders being like, "What do you mean Baker Mayfield's not a top 10 quarterback?" I said, "Well, that means there's 10 better quarterbacks. That's what that means." I know the math is hard.
We know what number 1 is right now, so that's
Anyway,
easy.
All right, let's.
Daniel Jones.
Any other questions here? No, that's it. I think it's
No, we're gonna close up the power rankings
Shut it
for the
down.
week. We're gonna move on to how we close up the show each and every week.
You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
All right, we look at the upcoming weekend and one thing that will happen this upcoming weekend. EJ, let's start with you.
Well, since I'm my little project here, I think Seattle will dominate Tampa Bay at home this week, and win the game. We didn't cover this game today on the show, but this is who would have thought Tampa and Seattle probably game of the week 5.
Huge game, big game.
Huge game.
Also, one of the best uniform matchups we're going to get all year because it's the Seahawks throwbacks versus the creamsicle whites.
Really?
So
That's
excited.
Embrace
dope.
the shit out of this game.
I'm gonna be watching that.
But
That's gonna be dope.
That's on every TV down here. Anywhere I go, that's on. So that's
fun. There you go. Sean's in a lucky spot. All right, Sean, what will happen this weekend?
Ugh, this is an ugly weekend to make predictions for me. The true prediction, the true lock it up, is that EJ will have a real hard time making that list work.
I already am right now. I'm working right now. I have to go 14 probably, buddy.
Next week it's just going to be Lou Holt.
I was wrong.
All right, so I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to
actually.
This is going to be EJ.
This is going to be.
I don't know if Jaguars
Probably go to the
Chiefs.
hospital.
What was that now?
No, I'm going to take my lesser of 2. I'm going to
Hold on,
take
Sean.
my
This is Sean. Hold on, Sean. This is going to be EJ next week.
Probably go to the hospital.
I'm going to have a Cuban cigar. Probably go to the hospital.
Hospital.
It's a great sound bit. It really is. It's just one of those. It's a great one. So I have 2. My long shot that I'm not going to lock in is that Dylan Gabriel wins his first start against the Minnesota Vikings. It's a near lock. My lock of the week, though, is that the Kansas City Chiefs train falls short and the Jacksonville Jaguars make them look silly in Jacksonville on Monday Night Football. And the Jaguars take that. The Jaguars not only cover the 3.5 or whatever.
If that happens, EJ moves him to 8 in his.
And the Jaguars beat Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well, he'll keep him in because they lost to a team in his. Didn't you?
But they lost to a team that everyone else likes. So
Jim knows the Chiefs side.
That's my lock.
Yeah, he's like everybody else. Everybody else said they're good, so they're good.
He knows the signs by this.
If you'd have told me I would ever imagine 3 years ago, you're like, your lock it up is that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Beat the Chiefs.
I'd be like, well, I'm just going to quit doing this then.
On Monday Night
I'm just done. I'm going to walk away. This is a terrible career choice.
All right, mine. I made a similar one last week, and it didn't work out. It got close in like multiple ways, but it didn't work out. So I'm just going to double down. I'm going to go back to it.
There you go.
And I'm going to get even stricter with it. So there are 5 games featuring a AP top 10 opponent playing an unranked team. You have number 9 Texas traveling to the Florida Gators. You have number 7 Penn State traveling out west to UCLA. Number 6 Texas A&M hosts Mississippi State. Or no, was that this past? That was this past week. Did I have that game wrong? Oh no, Mississippi State had played, or do I have that wrong? Let me pull that up real quick. Maybe I had the wrong game. Oklahoma hosts Kent State, and number 1 Ohio State hosts Texas, or hosts Minnesota. Excuse me.
Sure, would be fun if it was that one.
I'm trying to do that. That would be wild.
Rumbling.
Oh yeah, no. Texas A&M barely beat Auburn, so yeah, it is. They do have Mississippi State this week. So 5 top 10 teams hosting or playing against an unranked team, and one of them, at least, but one of them will lose to an unranked team. So
lock it up.
I got close last week.
Of the 5, the one I think is most likely, weirdly, is Texas losing to Florida.
I feel like that's the most likely one.
That feels like one where Florida needs to salvage this thing somehow.
Yeah.
And Texas just stinks compared to what we thought they were going to be.
Man,
I don't
It
think
just-
Florida's that bad. I think Lagway's been fucking terrible.
yeah. Look, I tell you what. I know we talked about the one
tell
game
you what.
doesn't cost a guy a career. But if Penn State goes out to the Rose Bowl and lose to UCLA, that
Oh, like back to back?
back-to-back losses, and the UCLA is bad.
Yeah.
It's going to get real
You have the
loud.
one team that was so good they left the Pac-12, and the other team that has no choice but to stay.
Right. Yeah. So, look, Kent State obviously not a good team. Oklahoma, I think, his first game without Mateer, the quarterback. So they're going to be a different team. That one would be wild as well, especially in Oklahoma. But all right, that's where we're going to close up the book for this week. Sean, let them know where they can follow you.
Well, besides in front of the TV watching all the Philly sports doing well, I'm going to be on the Twitter. We're going to be there at Sean Shine State. We're going to be probably posting some funny photos. I'll probably make my own top 15 quarterback list to just throw it up there on the Twitter. If you'd like to go on there and check it out, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a whatever. But otherwise, don't follow me. Follow the Eagles, follow the Phillies, follow their opponents, and root against the Dodgers.
There you go. EJ, let them know where they can follow you.
Yeah, we're working on this list. It's getting tough.
Yeah.
But you can follow me on X at EJ Christian7 on Twitter, whatever you guys call it. Earthquake Podcast. We're putting out content every day, Monday to Friday now. It's been really, really fun doing that. On YouTube at Earthquake Podcast, Earthquake Pod, TikTok as well too. By the way, there was a segment of my show last week I did with my friend Steve Borstein. I pulled out a segment about Juan Soto. This shit went fucking viral. 15,000 views already.
Yo, nice.
Fucking crazy.
That's
That's
great.
always nice when you get one that just catches a heat.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Out of nowhere, bro. Like,
You get the right person to share it one time, just
right. It's going
Yeah.
nuts, and people are pissed off about like what I'm saying. What he's saying really more than else because he was calling him a cancer and all this shit. He don't give a fuck, bro. So yeah, but yeah, that went nuts on there. So yeah, follow me on all those places and great shows always, guys. I had a good time.
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying to you to do the list, I used to work with a guy who anytime that like he talked about a player that was like getting hot or was having like a good year, he would always say either top 3 or top 5. And I'm like, my guy, there's literally only 3 people that can be in the top 3, right? And like and because I would call him out on it, then he would stumble. So I that's why I called you out.
just make your list,
So
make it work
when
and
I
fun.
do the list though, I'm gonna tell you right now. When I do I'm doing it based on this year alone. I'm doing it based on what I may do.
You said right now, so that's
I'm
fine.
right now.
I may do a tier system actually for this. So look out for that. I may make open.
Oh,
up
I
with-
expect tears already.
Yeah.
But
Tier
I want to
one-
see. I want to
Tier
see
one
1
Josh
through
Allen.
15.
Boom.
I don't want to see. Here's your top 4. Here's your next 3. Here's your next 5. I want to see 1 through 15.
You want it in
That-
order? What is 15?
Yeah, in order.
Fuck,
If
okay.
you're saying Sam
What-
Darnold's a number
what's
12
happening?
quarterback, you better fucking put him in order.
He's maybe 13 instead.
Oh,
Sorry,
see?
Sean.
You're already catching that wave. I knew
All right.
it. I
Hey,
knew it.
If you're
Hey,
gonna
look.
be a bitch about it, listen.
Hey, guys. Hey,
I'll
listen.
let you. I don't care if you throw the number 12 in front of Sam Darnold and just loosely, without an order, tell me the 11 that are better, but guarantee me the rest are behind him. I'll let that happen.
No, I want
I'll tell
to.
you what,
I
though.
want 1 through 11.
You
I
should
want,
flip
Jim's the host.
this
I
shit.
was going to let that happen.
No,
You
I'm-
should give
no,
me a list.
I want
you
a
should
list.
clip this. You should clip this shit for you, Jim, because if you put a Sam Darnold top whatever all time on TikTok, I guarantee you get a lot of engagement on this shit. So this is the same,
I don't want him to think we have
How many-
liars
how
on
many
the
you out,
show,
brother?
EJ.
huh?
I don't think we want him to think we have liars.
People.
He's like-
Well, I'm not lying about it. He's to me at this point through 4 games, he's top 15 quarterback in the league.
All right.
So we can
Put your list
start
where your
there.
mouth is. That's all we're asking.
I'm working on it as we speak.
All right,
There
Jim.
you
It's
go. You
been
can
fun.
find me at Big Jim Sports. That is on Twitter, Blue Sky. You can, but most importantly, just follow the show. We are at Huddle Up Podcast on Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitter. You can get us on Instagram at Huddle Up Podcast Inc. Again, you can follow the show all year on YouTube. We do have not only the live show, we have clips, we have shorts that go on there on TikTok as well. You can grab our merchandise over on the T Public store. Until next week, stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the win.